Okay, people, this is Jedi here. I'm gonna do something a bit differently today. This is crappy video game moments, okay? I'm gonna show you one of the most frustrating boss fights in the history of video games, okay? This is Revenge of Shinobi for the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, okay? And as you can see, he's kicking my ass, okay? I'll tell you what you gotta do, okay? Enable to beat this boss fight, what you gotta do is that you gotta cast your little protection magic that you do, the little lightning thing that you see up on the top of the screen. You gotta cast that and able to protect yourself, because without doing that, you will not last in this boss fight. And see, when he throws his hair at you, you gotta squat down really low and hit him with your shurikens. And that's the only time you can really hit him, because if you try to hit him otherwise, it will not do any damage to him. That's really the only way you can inflict damage on him, right when you hit him at that moment, right when he throws his hair at you and you're squatted down. That's the only time you can really hit him. And what's worse is that when he throws his hair at you, you have to jump right at the right second. Not too soon, not too late. Which is very, very hard to do. Because the thing is that you can't jump too soon, because if you jump too soon, he'll hit you with his hair when you're inside and when you're in midair, and then he'll hit you. If you jump too late, he'll hit you when you're on the ground. So you gotta jump right at the second that he throws his hair straight out at you, and jump over it and kind of go to the right a little bit, because the farther you go, the harder it is to dodge his hair. And also, and what's worse is that you notice that girl in the background, right? I'm assuming that's Shinobi's woman or something like that, or Joe Masashi's woman. Okay, you see how you have that gray wall or gray wall coming down on her. So pretty much you got that to worry about too. So in order to get the best ending in this game, you have to beat this boss fight before that thing comes down on her and kills her. Okay, or else you'll get the bad ending. So you pretty much got this fucked up boss fight, this boss fight from hell, and you got that, and you got her. You have to worry about her getting crushed by a big giant wall. So you're pretty much you're getting fucked from two ends. To be honest with you, the only way I've beaten this boss fight is using Game Genie. It's the only way I've beaten this boss fight. You can beat this boss fight. It is possible. But the only way to beat this boss fight is that if you came from the previous level and if you got shuriken enhancers. That's really the only way. Shuriken power-ups. Because once you get the shuriken power-ups, it'll do more damage to the boss. That's really the only way you can do it to beat this boss. Because you pretty much what you have to do is you have to beat this boss as quickly as possible, or else you will not last. Either she will die or you're dead. If she dies, it's still possible to beat the boss, but you'll just get the bad ending. You won't get the good ending per se. But like I said before, the only way I can beat this boss fight is by using Game Genie. That's really the only way I can beat this fucking boss fight. No joke. And people will tell you that this is one of the hardest boss fights in video game history, okay? This is one of the hardest games on the Sega Genesis. I'm not saying that this game sucks. This game's awesome. This game kicks ass. This is like one of my favorite games on the Sega Genesis. But it's just this one moment that just pisses me off. And I was just playing this game just recently because I just got into a Sega Genesis binge, and I figured I'd play it for a little while. But this boss fight, I played this boss fight for like an hour and a half. I could not beat this to save my life. I mean, I was fucking cursing and screaming. I was throwing the controllers left and right and shit. So the thing is that I'm not telling you don't play this game, but this game is pretty damn difficult. So beginners may want to stay away from this game, or at least try and I don't know if beginners will be able to even get to the final boss fight, because the stages are pretty challenging. Okay, this game is no walk in the park. Don't let them mistake you. It's not like the rest of the game is easy and then this is the only part that's tough. The whole entire, the second half of the game is pretty hard. Put it that way. Okay, so Revenge of Shinobi. This ain't really a review, but if you want a pretty cool, challenging game that you just want something that's really, really challenging and that and really makes you work to beat this game and play this game, because this game is pretty cool. But it's just this one fucking boss fight that just pisses me off to no end. I don't know, this was just something different. I figured I'd try it out, you know. Instead of just doing a regular crappy game review, I figured I'd just try this out, because I was just playing this game just recently. And I figured I'd just post this up on here for y'all. So this is Jedi, signing out.